So the complete thing I'll just repeat once again. So comparator. So comparator is a circuit. It is nothing but the op amp itself. Okay, so what this comparator will do, as the name itself tells us, comparator. Okay, which will compare the inputs. Okay, so what it will do, it will compare both the inputs which is given to the inverting terminal and the non-inverting terminal. Both will be compared, and based on the voltages that are applied to the inverting terminal. See, this negative terminal is the inverting terminal. Inverting terminal, and plus here is said to be the non-inverting terminal. For simplicity, let me denote the voltage that we are applying to the inverting terminal as V minus, and let me denote the voltage that is applied to the non-inverting terminal as V plus. Okay, so based on this applied voltages, I will get the output either as plus Vsat or minus Vsat. Minus Vsat. Okay, so output, I need to get the output. See, these are the additional inputs to the op amp to bias it. Okay, nothing more than that. Okay, so that whatever voltages you are giving to bias the transistor, okay, or the op amp, that voltages I am naming it as plus Vsat and minus Vsat. Okay, so based on your inputs V minus and V plus values, I'll get the output voltage V naught. How I'll get? Okay, see, what is that voltage I'll get here? It will be either plus Vsat or minus Vsat. V naught will be equal to either it will be plus Vsat or minus Vsat. So when will I get plus Vsat and when will I get minus Vsat is if V plus, in the sense whichever voltage you are applying to the non-inverting terminal, if that voltage is greater than V minus. See here what we are doing, we are just applying the input voltages V minus and V plus, both we are applying. Okay, so based on those input voltages, I'll get the output voltage. When will I get plus Vsat? If V plus is greater than V minus, then we will call it as plus Vsat. I'll get output as plus Vsat. When will I get minus Vsat? If V minus is greater than V plus, then I'll get minus Vsat. Okay, so this is what will happen in the comparator. Okay, so this comparator is divided into two types. This is what the working of the comparator. Okay, so comparator, what it will do, it will compare both the voltages, input voltages, and based on this input voltage, it will provide the output voltage. Okay, so output voltage will be equal to plus Vsat if the voltage that is applied to the non-inverting terminal V plus is greater than V minus. Then in that case, I'll get plus Vsat. And I'll get minus Vsat if V minus, in the sense whatever voltage you are applying to the inverting terminal, that is greater than the non-inverting terminal voltage. Okay, in this case, I'll get minus Vsat. Okay, so this is what will happen in the comparator. Hope this is clear to you.
Yes.
Okay, now I'll go with the two types. I have two types. The first one is inverting comparator. In the inverting comparator, what we will do is, instead to the inverting terminal, this is the inverting terminal, here we give the input, the sinusoidal signal will be given at the inverting terminal, and the non-inverting terminal will be provided with the reference voltage. That is the reason, see, since you are giving input to the inverting terminal, we are calling it as inverting comparator. That's the only difference. Okay, so you'll have the same op amp. This is my inverting terminal. So to this inverting terminal, I'll provide the input signal. I'll provide the input signal, which is nothing but the sinusoidal signal. This is my input signal. Vi is nothing but the input that I am giving to the inverting terminal. And the non-inverting terminal will be connected to the reference voltage, V reference. You may ask me a question, ma'am, here you have represented like a battery and here you have represented with the sinusoidal signal. Okay, this sinusoidal signal implies that it is a AC signal that we are giving. And with this V reference is some constant value. This is some DC value. Okay, V reference. Okay, so for this, again, you need to find out how it will be the output. Okay, so this is what your comparator circuit. If you want, you can just simply connect this additional inputs as well, plus VSAT minus VSAT. Okay, I have to get the output. Okay, so first let me take the waveform. Input signal. Input, I am giving the sinusoidal signal. This is my input, VI. And if you just observe, VI is given to the VI is given to the inverting terminal. Okay, this complete sinusoidal signal, whatever I have drawn here, this complete thing is given to the inverting terminal. So this complete waveform, the sinusoidal waveform, represents your V minus voltage. Okay, now if you just observe to the non-inverting terminal, we are giving V reference value. Okay, so let me take that V reference value as some value here. This is my V reference. Okay, V reference is nothing but this is the voltage which is given to the non-inverting terminal, and this sinusoidal signal is given to the inverting terminal. Okay, so this sinusoidal signal, this complete sinusoidal signal represents V minus. Okay, as I've already mentioned, it represents the inverting terminal voltage. Now I need to plot the output waveform. See, output V0, as you know, it will be either plus VSAT or minus VSAT. How we are going to get plus VSAT and minus VSAT? It depends on the input waveform. Okay, anyway, this is fixed and the input is varying. So input, based on the input inputs, it will depend whether my output will be plus VSAT or minus VSAT. Okay, so first we'll see, this is the reference line. So we will see all the waveform above this line, below this line. Okay, so first we'll see, we'll start from here. So this entire thing is below this line. Okay, below this reference voltage. So all these values, can you tell me whether this input waveform is greater than the reference voltage or less than the reference voltage? From here to here, is it greater than? See, these values are greater than the reference voltage. This is the reference voltage. This is the reference voltage. My question is, this waveform is there, whatever amplitudes or the whatever voltages that will be there for this this portion, will it be less than V plus or greater than V plus? Could you see VSAT, right? So plus VSAT in the sense, from here to here, my output will be plus V saturation. This is what my output. This is what is my output from here to here. Okay, now come back. See, again, this is a reference value. So above this line, I have the input waveform. See, this is my waveform, input waveform now. In the sense like inverting terminal voltage, V minus is this now. V minus, is it greater than V plus or less than V plus? This is V minus, and this is V minus is greater than V plus. So what will be my output? Plus VSAT or minus VSAT?
Minus VSAT.
Very good. Minus VSAT. So again, this is the next portion of my input. This is the next portion of my input below the line. Below the line, this is what the waveform I have. Okay, so this is the input waveform which is given to V minus, and this is the reference voltage V plus. Now tell me, V minus is greater than V plus or V minus is less than V plus? This is V plus waveform. Okay, V plus in the sense which is given to the non-inverting terminal, and this input waveform is nothing but V minus. Now I want you to answer whether V minus is greater than V plus or V minus less than V plus. All this amplitudes, ma'am, all these values, will it be less than this point or not? If this is 0, this, let me consider some 2 volts. Okay, what about these values? Will it be less than 2 volts or greater than 2 volts?
Less than 2 volts.
Less than 2 volts, right? So it means that this entire waveform belongs to V minus. So V minus is less than V plus. Okay, so or I can write this as V plus is greater than V minus. Anything is same, right? So whichever voltage is greater or corresponding to that, what will be the output now? What will be the output? It will be plus Vsat or minus Vsat from here to here. V plus is greater than V minus. So what will be the output? Plus V saturation or minus V saturation? Tell me, Noma.
Plus Vsat.
Plus Vsat. Okay. Again, in the same way, for this portion, it will be minus Vsat. Again, for this portion, it will be plus Vsat. This is how it goes. Okay. Now I'll take the next case. V input, which is given to V minus only, which is nothing but this sinusoidal signal. This is given to the inverting terminal, and non-inverting terminal is connected to some V reference. Okay, so this is V reference, V plus. Okay, now again I need to draw the output waveform. So I may have either plus Vsat or minus Vsat. Okay, so this is the reference voltage I need to take take from here to here. For all this waveform above this line, I need to take the check what will be the output. Again, below this line, from here to here, below this line, I need to check the output. What will be my output for this portion? Then again, for this portion, I need to check the output. Okay, so if you just observe, all these values are greater than, see here it will be like some minus 2 volts or some minus 1 volt. Okay, so whatever it might be, these values are greater than this V reference. It means that from here to here, V minus is greater than V plus. V minus is greater than V plus in the sense you will get minus Vsat. And then all these values, this is V minus and this is, this is V plus. And this is V minus. So V plus is greater than V minus. So I'll have plus Vsat. Then again from here to here, this is V plus, this is V plus and this is V minus, right? So from here to here, what happens? V minus is greater than V plus. So I'll have the minus V saturation. This is what the output for your other case when V reference value is some negative value. Okay, so this is all related to the inverting comparator. Now we'll see the non-inverting comparator as well. Non-inverting comparator. Okay, non-inverting comparator. So here, as the name implies, we'll provide input to the non-inverting terminal. That's the only difference between inverting comparator and the non-inverting comparator. Non-inverting comparator will give input to the non-inverting terminal and the reference voltage to the inverting terminal. That's what we'll do. And again, in this case, I need to find out V0 plus Vsat minus Vsat. This is my V reference value. Okay. Here again, I need need to draw the output waveform. Okay, Vi, V0, and now if you observe, Vi is connected to V plus. Okay, so this complete waveform, whatever sinusoidal waveform is there, no, it corresponds to V plus. And now to the inverting terminal, the reference voltage is given. The reference voltage is some constant DC voltage. So this is what I am drawing with a straight line. Okay, so this is given to V minus. So again I need to plot the output waveform here. Okay, so from here to here, below the line, this is what the waveform. So from here to here, I need to check the output. Again, above the line, from here to here, so I need to check the what will be the output. Again, below the line, from here to here, I need to check the output. So here I need to check the output. Again, from here to here, I need to check the output. Again, from here to here, I need to check the output. Okay, so first it can be either plus V saturation or minus V saturation. Okay, and if you observe, as I've mentioned already, this sinusoidal signal corresponds to V plus. So if you just observe, and V reference is V minus. So if you just observe, this is V plus signal. So this complete thing, the sinusoidal signal is connected to the non-inverting terminal. So if you just observe from here to here, V plus or V minus is greater than V plus, because V minus is somewhere here and V plus values, all the values of the sinusoidal signal is below that. So V minus is greater than V plus. So I'll have output as minus V saturation. Okay, then this is the above the reference line. So this is V plus. V plus is greater than V minus. So I'll have plus V saturation. Then on this below this, from here to here, this is V plus. Okay, and this is V minus. So from here to here, from here to here, V minus is greater than V plus. So I'll have minus V saturation. Then again from here to here, V plus is greater than V minus. So I'll have plus V saturation. Then all these values are below the negative inverting terminal voltage. Okay, so it will be minus V saturation. Here, if you can draw the first thing, rest all will be like alternative. Okay, alternative you'll have. Okay, but where exactly you need to take the output, you should identify. Okay, so this is the reference line. So I have taken the waveform is starting in this direction. So in this way, so this entire thing I can take as the for that I have to find out the what will be the output. Then again above this line. So this portion of the waveform is above the line. Again below the line. Okay, so from here to here is below the line. So for that complete thing, you need to identify the output. So from here to here again. From here to here again. And this is how it goes. Okay, so this is for the non-inverting comparator. Again, yesterday I have asked you to plot it for one particular case where my reference voltage is negative. So V reference is given to the non-inverting terminal, and this complete waveform Vi corresponds to V plus in the sense which is provided to the non-inverting terminal. Okay, so again here we need to plot the output waveform. So from here to here it is above the line. So from here to here you need to identify the output. So that portion I'll take. And again this entire thing is below the line. So this I'll take. Again from here to here it is above the line. Okay, let me draw until here. So above the line. So for this you need to again plot the output. So your output will be either plus V saturation or minus V saturation. Okay, so if you observe, all these voltages are above the reference voltage which is given to V minus. It means that from here to here, all this from here to here, your V plus is greater than V minus. So I'll have plus V saturation. So the other one, this one will be this is like V plus is less than V minus, or V minus is greater than V plus. So I'll have minus V saturation. Again from here to here it will be plus V saturation, minus V saturation. This is how it goes on. Okay, so this is what the non-inverting amplifier, non-inverting comparator's output when the reference voltage is negative voltage. Okay, so these are related to the comparator. Okay, now I have some problems to solve. So note down the problems. This is given in the recent question paper for 8 marks. 8 marks he has given this question. Okay, note down the question. Design a adder circuit using op-amp, adder circuit using op-amp whose output, I'm taking the question from the question paper itself. Whose output voltage V0 is equal to minus of 2V1 plus 3V2 plus 5V3. So this is what the question given. Here is asking you to design a adder circuit. So whenever they ask you to design, what you need to do is you need to find the resistances or capacitances if they are there in the circuit. Okay, so first we'll draw the adder circuit. So adder circuit, as we know, I'm going with the solution now. Solution, adder circuit, negative, positive. Anyway, he has provided negative symbol. It means that the inputs are given to the inverting terminal. So you have 3 voltages, sum of 3 voltages. So it means that I'll have 3 inputs. The same circuit, whatever we have drawn for the adder circuit, the same thing. So this is V1, this is V2, and this is V3. Let me name this resistance value as R1, R2, R3, and I'll have the feedback resistor RF, and this is my V0, and as you know, this will be grounded. Okay, so this is what the circuit. So whenever they ask you to design, it means that you need to find out what are the resistances in the circuit. You just have the resistance. So you need to find all the resistance values. Okay, or if you have an integrator, then you need to find in the integrator you have the capacitor as well as resistor. So you need to find out the values of the resistor and the capacitor. Okay, but here since you have only the resistance values, you need to find. Okay, so before going to find R1, R2, R3, RF. Okay, so here what you need to do, you need to find out what is R1, what is R2, what is R3, and what is RF. This is what you need to find. Okay, to find all this, he has given some hint here. Okay, V0 he has given as minus 2V1, minus of 2V1 plus 3V2 plus 5V3. So when I was teaching you the adder circuit, I have told you need to remember the equation. So what was that equation? V0 is equal to RF by R1 into V1 plus RF by R2 into V2 plus RF by R3 into V3. Okay, so this is what the equation you have got. If you want, I'll just show you adder circuit. Adder circuit. I told you need to remember this equation, right? So this is what the equation: RF by R1 into V1 plus RF by R2 into V2 plus RF by R3 into V3 minus of. Okay, so the same equation I've written here. Okay, now what I'll do, I have to compare this. I'll name as equation 1 and this I'll name as equation 2. Compare equation 1 and 2. When you compare equation 1 and 2, you'll have the coefficient of V1 is 2 here, but the coefficient of V1 is RF by R1. So you can write as RF by R1 is equal to 2. In the same way, V2 coefficient is RF by R2 here, but here it is 3, and V3 coefficient is 5 here, and there it is RF by R3. RF by R3. So I will write as RF by R2 is equal to 3 and 3. That's what the coefficient of V2. So just observe the coefficient of V2 is 3. So RF by R2 is equal to 2. Next, RF by R3 is equal to 5. Here the V3 coefficient is RF by R3, but here the V3 coefficient is 5. So this is directly given in the question paper for 6 marks. Let me just check, 6 or 8 marks. 6 marks. 6 marks is given. So you need to draw the diagram, you need to write the output equation, and you need to compare the given equation with the output equation. Okay, and now if you observe, here I have RF by R1 is equal to 2. So what I'll do, I'll write R1 is equal to RF by 2. Okay, in the same way here I'll write as R2 is equal to RF by 3. Cross multiplication, that's it. Here R3 is equal to RF by 5. Okay, so here if I want to find R1, R2, R3, it is all R1, R2, R3 are depending on RF value. So let me assume that RF is equal to some kilo ohms, 30 kilo ohms. Okay, so if RF is equal to 30 kilo ohms, then your R1 will be equal to 30k divided by 2, which will be equal to 15k. Okay, and R2 will be equal to 30k divided by 3, which will be equal to 10k. 30k divided by 3, divided by 5, which will be equal to 6 kilo ohms. Okay, so R1 value is 15 kilo ohms, R2 value is 10 kilo ohms, and R3 value is 6 kilo ohms. This is what the designing. Okay, so finally you can mention it in the circuit. R1 we have got as 15 kilo ohms. First we have assumed RF we have assumed to be 30 kilo ohms. Okay, R1 is 15 kilo ohms, R2 will be, R2 we have got as 10 kilo ohms, and R3 we have got as 6 kilo ohms. So this is what the designing of the adder circuit. Okay, and this much, if you do this much, you'll get 6 marks. Okay, hope this is clear to you. I'll go with the next problem. This is also given in the question paper for 8 marks. Okay, note on the question. A non-inverting amplifier. A non-inverting amplifier circuit. Non-inverting amplifier circuit has an input resistance of 10 kilo ohms. Input resistance of 10 kilo ohms and feedback resistance of 60 kilo ohm with load resistance of 47 kilo ohms. Draw the circuit calculate the output voltage, voltage gain, load current when the input voltage is 1.5 volts. Okay, so this is what the question given for 8 marks. Okay, so again let me read the question once again. So here he is given that a non-inverting amplifier. So he is asking the question related to the non-inverting amplifier circuit. So non-inverting amplifier circuit, in the sense the inverting terminal will be grounded, and the non-inverting terminal, to the non-inverting terminal we will provide the input voltage. Okay, so that is given to the that is what is given. A non-inverting amplifier circuit has an input resistance in the sense R1. So I'll just go back to the diagram. Non-inverting amplifier, not the comparator. Don't get confused with the comparator and the amplifier. Okay, non-inverting amplifier. This is what your non-inverting amplifier. He is saying that the input resistance is some 10 kilo ohm something he has given. So this is what he has given, and the feedback resistance. Feedback resistance is nothing but this resistance. Okay, for this circuit we need to do the analysis now. Okay, so let me redraw the diagram. Anyway, he is asking you to draw the diagram. So first we'll write what all are given. Okay, then we'll solve the problem. Okay, so first he is saying that the input resistance of 10 kilo ohms. Okay, so R1 is given as 10 kilo ohms. I'm writing whatever is given. Then feedback resistance of 60 kilo ohm. Feedback resistance of 60 kilo ohm. So feedback resistance in the sense RF. RF he is given as 60 kilo ohm. And then he has given additional parameter like with load resistance of 47 kilo ohms. Load resistance of 47 kilo ohms. Where exactly you need to draw this load resistance, I'll tell you. Okay. Now with all this, he is asking you to draw the circuit. Then after drawing the circuit, you need to calculate the output voltage. What will be your V0? Then what will be your gain for the non-inverting amplifier, and load current, IL, load current. You need to find out when the input voltage VI also he has given. VI he has given as 1.5 volts. For all this, he is asking you to find out these parameters V0, gain, and IL. Okay, so first let us draw the circuit. So first we'll draw the non-inverting amplifier circuit. So minus plus inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal. So as you know, to the non-inverting terminal will give the input. Okay, input will be provided to the non-inverting terminal. Okay, so directly I will write the input whatever he has given. He has given the input voltage is 1.5 volts. This is my VI. VI he has given as 1.5 volts. And to the non-inverting terminal I will have the input resistance, and this is grounded. Okay, so this is what the circuit for the non-inverting amplifier. This is what the circuit. So R1 which he has given as 10 kilo ohms, and then he has given that feedback resistor. Feedback resistor RF is equal to 60 kilo ohm. And if you observe, he has given an additional parameter also. What is that? The load resistance. Load resistance in the sense load will be connected at the output. So here with respect to the ground, I'll have the load resistance. This is what the ground. So this is what your RL. Okay. So here you need to find out what is the output voltage. This he has given us 47 kilo ohms. Now here you need to find the current through it. Okay, current through it you need to find. Okay, and current you need to find. You need to find V0. You need to find the gain. You need to find AL as well. Okay, so let us find out the V0 first. V0. How will you find V0? for the non-inverting amplifier circuit, you know the formula, or like the final expression for the non-inverting amplifier which you have got is V naught is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. This is what I have told you to remember. 1 plus RF by R1 into Vi. This is what the output voltage. So you know RF, you know R1, you know Vi. Just substitute everything in this equation. So 1 plus RF value he has given as 60K. 60K in the sense 10 power 3 divided by R1 he has given as 10K. So 10 cube. Vi is given as 1.5. So 10 cube will get cancelled. This 0 and this 0 will get cancelled. I'll be left out with 1 plus 6. So V naught is equal to 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 into 1.5. 7 into 1.5 is 35. 10.5. 10.5 volts is the output voltage. So I've got V naught. I need to find A. A is nothing but the gain of the non-inverting amplifier. So generally we represent this as gain. So A is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. So which is equal to 1 plus RF. RF value is 60K 10 cube divided by 10 into 10 cube. So this will get cancelled. This will get cancelled. Your gain A is nothing but 7. Okay, now he is given an additional thing to be calculated. What is that? I need to find IL. IL is nothing but the load current. See, calculate the output voltage gain and load current. So I need to find the load current. Load current in the sense I need to find the current here. So let me name the current flowing in this direction. Let me name this as IL. So current is flowing in this direction. So this is positive and this is negative. So IL is equal to with respect to the node voltages, this is V naught and this is grounded in the sense 0. So IL is nothing but V by R. V with respect to the node voltages is V naught minus 0 divided by RL. So it is nothing but IL is nothing but V naught by RL. So let me just take it. IL is nothing but V naught by RL. What is V naught? V naught value he has given, like we have got as V naught value we have got as 10.5. Yeah, 10.5 divided by RL. RL he has given a load resistance. He has given as 47K. So 47 into 10 power 3. So can anybody tell me the answer? Do you have calculator with you? 10.5 divided by 47. So it's nothing but 0.223. 0.223. You have 10 cube in the denominator. If I take it to the numerator, it will be 10 power minus 3. So IL is nothing but 0.223 milliamperes. Okay, so this is what the IL value current through the load. Okay, so if you do this much, you will get 8 marks directly. Okay, so that's all with respect to this problem. Let me just give you one more problem. One last problem. Using a single op amp, design a circuit that provides output as V naught is equal to 0.5 V2 minus 10 V1. V naught is equal to 0.5 V2 minus 10 V1. So this is what the circuit you need to design. Okay, so anybody can tell me which circuit I have to take here. Here he has not mentioned either it is a RS circuit or integrator or differentiator or inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifier. Nothing he has specified. He has directly given the output equation. So can anybody tell me what will be the which circuit I need to take here? Subtractor. So whatever subtractor circuit we have taken before, you can just redraw the same circuit. And here if you observe, V2 is positive. It means that V2 is given to the inverting, non-inverting terminal, and V1 is given to the inverting terminal. This is R1. This is the same circuit which I have explained you for the subtractor. And this is R2 and this is again RF. And this is V0. Okay, so this is the subtractor circuit. So for this subtractor circuit, you know what is the output equation. That's what I have told you to remember this output equation. So V0 is equal to, I'm directly writing the equation, RF by R1 into R1 plus RF divided by R2 plus RF into V2 minus V1. This is what the equation we have got. If you want, let me just show you the output equation for the subtractor. A subtractor or the different circuit. So this is what the circuit R1, R2, RF, RF. 4 resistors are there. Okay, and if you just see the output equation, V0 is nothing but RF by R1 into V2 times of R1 plus RF divided by R2 plus RF minus V1. Okay, so the same equation I have taken here once again. The same equation I have taken once again. So this I'll name as equation 1, and here I have in the question itself he has given one more equation. V0 he has given as 0.5 V2 minus 0.5 V2 minus 10 V1. 10 V1. Okay. So or what you can do is you can just multiply this inside. Wait. Let me multiply this inside so that your equation will be in this way. Here also I have RF by R1. Okay, so this is what the equation I have. See, this RF by R1 I have multiplied inside to this term, first term, and as well as the second term. Now compare equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, equation 1 and equation 2. If you compare equation 1 and equation 2, you will have RF by R1 is equal to 10, and the other one is this complete thing will be equal to 0.5. RF by R1 into RF plus R1 divided by RF plus R2 is equal to 0.5. Okay, so this is what he has given. So you know from this I'll name as equation 3, this I'll name as equation 4. Now equation 3 I'll substitute here so that I'll have 10 times of RF plus R1 divided by RF plus R2 is equal to 0.5. Rearrange the terms. So RF plus R1 divided by RF plus R2 is equal to 0.5 divided by 10. So it will be equal to 0.05. Okay, so RF plus R1 is equal to cross multiplication 0.05 into RF plus 0.05 into R2. Rearrange the terms. So RF rearrange the terms. take this RF to the other side. So RF minus 0.05 RF will be equal to 0.05 R2 plus, not plus, it is minus. Now it is all the normal simplification. Okay, and here you have got, RF by R1 is equal to 10. So R1 is equal to RF by 10. Let me assume RF is equal to some 10 kilo ohms. You can assume any value. So 10 kilo ohms divided by 10. So it will be equal to 1 kilo ohm. Okay, R1 is 1 kilo ohm. And RF I have already assumed to be, so RF minus 0.05 RF will be, what is that? 0.95 RF, that will be equal to 0.05 R2 minus R1 I have got as 1 kilo ohm. And okay, let me write it as R1 only now. And you know that I have assumed RF as 10 kilo ohms and R1 I have got as 1 kilo ohm. Now I'll substitute everything here. So 0.05 R2 will be equal to 0.95 RF. This I'll take it to the other side. So plus R1. So R2 will be equal to 0.95 RF plus R1 divided by 0.05. Okay, so now I'll substitute RF and R1 values. So R2 is equal to 0.95 into RF. RF is 10 kilo, 3 zeros, plus R1. R1 is 1K divided by 0.05. Okay, simplify this and tell me the answer. 9500 plus 1000 divided by 0.05. So this will be equal to 10500 divided by 0.05. This is R2. So this direct simplification, use your calculus and calculate the value. So 10500 divided by 0.05 will be equal to 210,000. Okay, so it is nothing but 210 kilo ohms. Okay, so this is your R2 value. So designing means you need to find out all the resistances or the capacitances if you have in the circuit. So here if you just observe, I have R1, I have R2, I have RF. So RF we have assumed as 10 kilo ohm. When you assumed RF as 10 kilo ohms, you have got R1 as 1 kilo ohm and R2 you have got as 210 kilo ohm and RF is again 10 kilo ohm. So this is what your complete problem. Okay. So with this module ends.